Hey, Matty. So, how's it going? So great to have you here. Thanks for your time. And we know you guys are on tour, and we are so excited for you to be here.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. It's been too long since we've been down there. I'm excited to get back.
Yeah, we're excited too. We are so excited to have you later this year here in Mexico. But let's start talking about your new album. We are so excited that it's finally out, and we know that um, you were giving some hints with the singles and everything. But tell me, how do you feel that this album, Shapeshifter, is finally out?
It's so exciting, like if you finish a body of work that you feel like is the best body of work that you've done yet, and you sit on it for as long as we have because we released so many singles. So we had the songs for so long that you're just so eager for it to be out there and for people to hear the songs and associate the new songs with the current season that you're in as a band. Like we want to be perceived as the most recent version of what we've created. And so for it to finally be out is a blessing. It's very exciting.
Great. Yeah, actually, I think that honestly, these albums, I feel it like very special to me. And let me tell you a little secret, actually. This one is one of my favorite albums of the year so far. And if I have to pick one track that really at this moment is stuck with me and is really stuck in my head for this moment is Paralyzed. I think that's an absolute masterpiece. So I want to thank you to having this song finally out because I enjoyed it very much. And I have a question for you right now. And I know that these albums is really taking your listeners into a journey. And some tracks are hitting very hard, while others feel like super emotional, super raw. And the question right now is, do you feel exposed switching these different extremes in your songs? Because you have like very, very amazing sound, like very heavy metal sound, and we have another version of Memphis May Fire. So how do you feel about that?
Yeah, for sure. Well, thank you. First of all, thank you for the kind words. That's really awesome that you like the album that much. That's so cool. And I would say exposed is a probably good way to put it, like songs like Verses or the song Verses is so different from anything that we've ever done before, that you definitely can get self-conscious like writing and recording and releasing something that's such a big departure from anything you've done previously. And so yeah, it's definitely it's exposing, but it's a beautiful thing to create something that is outside of your comfort zone and release it to the world and just see what happens.
Amazing. Yeah, I think that this kind of vulnerability between your different sides of Memphis May Fire is kind of like I would say that is a superpower that you guys have.
Oh,
Yeah, to be honest. And this
thank
is
you so
leading
much.
No, definitely. And this is leading me to the next question, which is into the stereotype that rock or metal musicians always have to be like very tough, very rude, and something like that. And this is happening with some of your lyrics that have a very human side. How do you feel about sharing this part of yourself through music? I mean, it's very intimidating knowing that people close to you, for example, or even the people that you write songs about might be listening. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean it's definitely that's one of the hardest and most rewarding parts about what we get to do, bleeding onto paper and then that being given to the world for them to use how they want to use it. And it can be a really difficult thing to be so honest and to be so transparent with people that you've never met. But at the same time, I believe that having this platform, it's a big part of our responsibility to be forthcoming and honest, in all of our lyrics so that people realize that they're not alone in what they're going through. Even though I haven't met every single Memphis May Fire listener, I still feel emotionally and spiritually connected to them in a big way, because we share emotions through these songs.
I think that's really interesting because it's a really important part of being a musician, I think, being part of your fans' life, right? And with this album, I think you got exactly that. Like you have tracks like The Other Side. There is one specific track I would like to talk about that is Overdose, which is a collaboration with Christian from Blindside. And I would really like to talk about this collaboration, like how this happened, like how this collaboration came out. Like, yeah, we're going to collab with him in this specific song.
Yeah, well, I've been a huge Blindside fan for a long time. They're one of my favorite bands of all time. So I've always had this bucket list kind of idea that one day we would do something together. But it needed to be the right time and it needed to be the right song. And so when we had finished writing that one, it stood out to me as the potential song that could be like the one to work with him on. And so I sent it over to him and he was instantly attached to the concept and to the song. And I told him which parts I wanted him to do. And he was very, he received it really well. And he did everything on his part in Sweden because he lives in Sweden. So like he recorded his vocals in Sweden and he also shot his parts for the music video in Sweden. Which is really cool that we have the modern technology to be able to collaborate from across the world, right? But yeah, it felt like the right time and the right place and the right song to make that dream of mine come true. And he was such and he's everything that I wanted him to be on that song. And he was a pleasure to work with. So it was awesome.
So we can say you were a little bit starstruck, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. If I, like the moments when I have crossed paths with him in person and any moment moving forward, it will definitely be a starstruck moment. Yeah.
It would be really amazing seeing you both singing this song live. So let's hope that happens someday.
Yeah.
So,
fingers crossed.
Yeah, fingers crossed. So which other artists, singers, bands would you like to ever collaborate? Like, I don't know, your biggest dream.
I've got some ideas in the pipeline, but nothing that I can share because I really do hope that they come true. And so I kind of want to keep it a secret moving forward. And hopefully they do, maybe they won't. But there's definitely a few more on my list that would be pretty breathtaking to actually make happen.
Let's hope that happens. Everything you have on your mind.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah. Yes, actually, I've always said that the special label for Memphis May Fire is first one is collaborations, and the other one is the live shows. And I will talk about a little bit more about the live shows. I know that you guys right now are like introducing these new songs, and in right now the tour is in the US. So how has it felt for you guys to bring these new songs to the stage? I mean, do you have any particular song that surprised you in terms of how the crowd responds while you are playing a specific new song?
Yeah, definitely. While we're incorporating new elements into our music and doing things outside of the box of what people expect from us, sometimes you get nervous wondering if that will translate well in a live setting. And so you really don't know. Like you can love a song so much and you don't know how it's going to go over live until you bring it to the stage. So I would say one that really stood out to me as kind of surprising and really exciting would probably be, especially on this tour that we're on right now. Well, we're playing so many new ones, so I want to make sure that we're playing 7 of the 10 new songs on this tour, which is so crazy. And they've all been so awesome, but probably Infection is one that we didn't know. Sometimes in the verses of those songs, they're really swingy and they've got a pop kind of alternative element and attitude to them. And so with our heavier music fans, you don't always know how that's going to go over like live, but it's been very awesome. Every night people have been singing along to those parts, and it's very reassuring.
Amazing. I would say that Infection was one of my favorites as well, and I think that at the beginning of the album that I first listened, I would say that Infection, Shapeshifter, and then now I'm with Paralyzed. So I would say that my special moment would be as well Infection because I really like that song. Um, is there something magical that you would say, wow, this show was mind blowing? Is there something that you would say, I will never forget this moment, this night in this show? Maybe it could be a specific moment. It could be fans singing your songs, or maybe a crowd surfing. Do you have something that you would say, wow, this is something I will never forget?
Yeah, I mean, we've got a lot of those at this point. We feel lucky to have so many of those types of memories, but I would say when we were playing Soundwave Festival in Australia, it was like Linkin Park and Metallica and like all these iconic bands, right? And the day that we played Sydney, they moved us to stage 1A, which was just Anthrax and Metallica. So it was Memphis May Fire, Anthrax, Metallica. Or I'm sorry, Slayer. So it was Memphis May Fire, Slayer, Metallica, which is insane to think about, right? Like to even see your name even remotely close to either one of those bands is, I never thought that would happen, right? So that was crazy. And then walking out on stage that day, it's 20,000 plus people. And we just had a really great show. We had a really electric show that day. And so that always stands out to me as just like a, how did this happen kind of thing.
Amazing.
Yeah, I think that feeling would be like you can't explain it, right? And yeah, we actually saw some videos of your presentation, so you were amazing. We
Oh,
are
thank you.
looking forward for you to come in October. And talking about that, you're coming to be part of We Missed Ourselves Fest. Have you ever played here in Mexico a festival? I don't think so, right?
Not festivals. I don't believe so. Uh-uh.
No, I think the last time you were here in Mexico City, at least, it was not that
It
long ago. It was
it
with
was with On the
Andro,
Road.
I think.
With Under Oath, yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. And we remember that show. It was insane. So, how do you feel to reconnect with your fans over here? Like, we know firsthand that your fans, the fans of the band, are like really, really looking forward every time you announce a show over here. So, how do you feel to reconnect with that?
I think out of anywhere in the world, our Mexican fans have been the most supportive for the longest. Like even when we were just starting out, we had such a presence from our Mexican fans that just felt so warm and welcoming and accepting. And so, yeah, I mean, to get down there and to be a part of a festival too is really a dream come true. Like we love Mexico as a place. We love the people, we love the food, we love the culture, we love the shows. So the opportunity to go down, it's like anytime that comes up, the whole band is just like, yes, we'll do it.
Yeah.
We really, really, truly do love being down there. And so we're very thankful for our Mexican fans. We're very thankful for the opportunity to come and play the show. And I think it's going to be a special one.
Yeah, we think that too.
Yes, definitely. And something that could be very special, we're used to have festivals, but having this kind of festival is like the expectations are very high right now. And
Mm.
you know that we're gonna be having Sleeping with Sirens as well. And you have a collaboration with Kellen Quinn. So of course there is a lot of expectations and there are a lot of questions that maybe you can have this featuring live for us here in Mexico, and it will be amazing if you could sing Miles Away. Do you think that this could really happen, or you're thinking about it?
We know
It's
that fans.
really,
Sorry.
yeah, it's just logistics really. So it would come down to if we were going to be in the same place at the same time, you know, like actually on site. And then our set times, if they're too close together, that can make it hard to do that kind of thing. So the actual truth, the answer is that I don't know yet. But if it's possible to make it happen, we will.
Yeah,
Okay.
we know that fans are really kind of wanted that. Like people has tell us like we want this to happen.
Awesome. Very cool. Yeah. Well, I hope it can.
Yeah, thank you. I think that it could be like a very mind-blowing concert for all your Mexican fans because Miles Away is a very special song. Actually, for me, I think that songs represent something very beautiful at that moment when I was listening because I was like, oh my God, I would say that it's very emotional. It's like the human side that Memphis May Fire, and then we listen to Chaotic or some other songs are like really good. And I think that could be a very good surprise. But anyways, if you are not able to sing it with Killing Queen, I think that having you guys here, having all these amazing bands, Black Veil Rides, On the Road, every single band for us is like wow, it's like amazing because we are not get used to this kind of huge festival. So right now that you are coming, it could be a very good moment so far. So I think that thank you so much, Maddie, for this time. Thank you so much for having us here, for spending your time and having a great conversation. I don't know if you want to add something to this interview, so to all your fans.
We absolutely adore Mexico. We adore our Mexican fans. We cannot wait to see you guys. And just know that I know this is a big festival, a big opportunity, and very exciting for you guys, but it feels exactly the same to us. We are just as excited. We have just as high of expectations as you, and we can't wait to make this happen.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And let me switch so we can say goodbye to all your fans, to all the audience that we have right now. Así es que muchas gracias, chicos, por estar al pendiente aquí sobre todo lo que hay para Memphis May Fire en México. Eventualmente vamos a estar platicándoles más al respecto sobre esta banda, sobre el disco. Y bueno, quédense en Louder porque vamos a continuar con mucha más información.